London, 1665. The Great Plague grips the city like a vice. But the River Thames washes away secrets far deadlier than disease.
Tighten those lines. She's listing, Cap'n. Just hold fast. Something's not right tonight.
Midnight at the docks. A silent blade, a clean cut. A dockside girl ends her life in the choking mist, her head taken as a trophy. Delivered in the dead of night by a faceless coachman, a rough wooden crate, wrapped in thick, dirty twine, left on the massive oak desk of Lord Harrington.
You can't escape it.
Harrington, a man of royal blood and unmeasured wealth, opens the wood. His face turns pale. His breath catches in his throat. Resting on dirty straw, a severed head. Cold grey skin, glassy dead eyes staring blankly upward. She was his last secret visitor. Next to the flesh, a parchment note, written in thick, messy black ink. 10,000 sovereigns by dawn, or the king learns who butchered her. But the Lord is innocent.
No! It cannot be! Not now! I won't let it happen!
Someone in the shadows of London is systematically framing the aristocracy. In a frenzy of panic, Harrington paces his library, smashing his silver goblet against the dark wood wall, spilling wine like blood. Normal watchmen are corrupt and useless. To save his name, Harrington lifts his hidden floorboards, pulling out gold and a heavy iron token. He had to call London's most expensive and most dangerous private investigator. Out of the thick white fog, a tall, intimidating human silhouette steps onto the rain-slicked cobblestones. They call him Inspector Shadow, a man wearing a heavy, weathered black leather trenchcoat. The wide brim of his hat casts his face into an impenetrable, terrifying darkness. No supernatural powers, no witchcraft. Just a cold, analytical mind, sharper than any executioner's blade.
I found it under my
Inside the candlelit library, the detective examines the corpse with a brass magnifying lens. The cut on the neck is too clean. This wasn't a desperate dock thief. This was done by a professional medical blade. He rubs the thick, damp dirt left on the side of the crate. This specific grey clay only accumulates at one place in the city, the Blackfriars Wharf. And the ink on the note, iron gall mixed with imported indigo. A luxury fluid used exclusively by the high magistrates of the royal courts. The hunt leads deep into the wretched, plague-stricken slums. Through the smoke of bonfires, Shadow spies on a corrupt watchman receiving a heavy pouch of coin from a black carriage.
You won't get far with that, watchman.
A syndicate of judges and high officials, murdering poor harbour girls to blackmail the lords who visited them. Deep beneath the royal courts, inside a secret, dimly lit stone cellar, the magistrates gather. Wearing leather plague doctor masks, counting stacks of golden sovereigns, drinking from silver chalices. They targeted Lord Harrington to steal his estate and fund a political coup against the crown. But they forgot one thing. You cannot lock out the shadow. The heavy iron door is violently kicked open, splintering into pieces.
Get back! Stay away from the door!
Shadow stands in the doorway. A corrupt guard fires a desperate flintlock pistol. The bullet misses, smashing into the stone wall behind him in a shower of sparks. Through the thick, swirling gunpowder smoke, Inspector Shadow lunges forward. With brutal efficiency, he twists the guard's wrist, disarming him. He slams another armed defender against a massive brick pillar, fracturing the iron breastplate. The corrupt judges scatter in absolute panic. knocking over their chairs and spilling wine.
The Queen's army!
Shadow's heavy leather
the
boot
doors, save
steps
yourselves.
onto their secret
They're
ledgers, staining the forged signatures with grey river mud. He grabs Chief Magistrate Volden by his expensive silk collar, pinning him to the wall.
Please,
Volden, trembling and sweating, frantically points toward a dark iron door leading to the river tunnels. The surgeon, he's at the wharf. He's the executioner. Shadow drops the old man and unlocks the rusted iron gates. Inside the cold, subterranean stone cell, he finds the evidence. A blood-stained table covered in professional medical bone saws and surgical knives, alongside the purplish iron gall ink. Emerging into the freezing London night at Blackfriars Wharf, the detective tracks fresh boot prints in the clay. He corners a corrupt watchman at a dead-end dock, pinning him by his throat over the churning black water of the Thames until he surrenders the warehouse keys.
You're trapped, old man! I'll not surrender!
Inside the massive, rotting wooden warehouse, the Coven's hired executioner waits. A professional surgeon wearing a bloody leather apron, sharpening a massive blade. The surgeon turns pale as Shadow steps out of the fog.
Inspector Shadow.
A brutal, primitive struggle echoes through the dark building. Barrels smash, steel clashes, until Shadow delivers a final, bone-crushing blow.
Stop!
The surgeon crashes through the rotten wooden railing, plunging into the pitch-black, oily water of the Thames.
Get me out of here!
His heavy leather apron drags him down. A hand reaches up out of the river one last time, then disappears beneath the surface. Justice in 1665 is silent. The gray morning sun breaks through the toxic black smog of the London skyline. Inspector Shadow returns to Harrington's library, dropping the syndicate's true ledger onto the mahogany desk. Harrington drops his head into his hands, weeping in absolute realistic relief. His name is cleared. Shadow takes his payment, a heavy leather pouch of golden sovereigns, and walks out into the morning fog, vanishing completely into the white mist. By daylight, the law reclaims its power. Chief Magistrate Volden and his judges are marched through the muddy streets in heavy iron chains. Before thousands of cheering citizens, the executioner pulls the heavy iron lever.
The time has come!
The gallows trapdoors drop open with a violent
The judgment
snap.
is passed!
Public justice is served. Weeks later, a clean, beautiful sun shines over London. Wooden boats sail smoothly down the Thames. Duke Somerset, an immensely wealthy aristocrat, walks through his pristine estate gardens, smiling into the warm air. A perfect nobleman, with a hidden basement full of dark sins. A pristine black carriage stops at his gates. A cloaked courier leaves a familiar, rough wooden crate wrapped in twine on his marble entrance table. A single thick drop of fresh red blood slowly seeps from the bottom crack of the wood. Somerset approaches, wedging a silver knife under the lid. The wood splinters. The twine snaps. Inside, resting on dirty straw, lies a fresh, severed head. A completely new victim of the surviving syndicate. Somerset gasps, dropping his silver knife onto the floorboards in absolute horror.
What is that?
Outside his window, standing perfectly still under a tree in the sunny street, is a dark human silhouette. Inspector Shadow is watching. The clock begins to tick again. Tick, tock. Your time is up.